Hi, good morning, friends. Welcome back to another Manic Monday. It's actually the first Monday of summer, which is really exciting. And I wanted to talk to you today about a topic that keeps coming up in a lot of the work that I'm doing right now, and that is empathy in our leadership. So for some of you, you are leaders of teams inside of organizations. For lots of you, you are leaders in your own small business, whether you lead a team of two, and then one of those people being you, or whether you lead a team of 100. Leading with empathy is really, really crucial, particularly right now as people are still managing an incredible amount of change and disruption in their lives. And as we are in a space where there's so much uncertainty about so many different things. So whether that's uncertainty in our own employment, uncertainty in our spouse or our partner's employment, whether it's uncertainty in terms of income, whether it's uncertainty in terms of, what do we do with our kids? Do they go to daycare? Do they go to summer camp? What happens to school in the fall? What happens to all of our extracurricular and sports programs? There's just so much uncertainty right now and so much disruption and anxiety that as leaders, we really need to lead with empathy. And that doesn't mean feeling sorry for someone. Oh, that's too bad. What it means is really tapping into our own feelings of uncertainty and our own anxieties and acknowledging them, and then trying to come to a conversation, to a connection from that space. So I'll give you an example. Many of you know that part of my practice is as a transition consultant and career coach. So in that space, I actually work with people in the moment when they're told they're no longer have a job, which is really, as far as I'm concerned, one of the top 5 most dramatic things that can happen to you in your life. And then I support those individuals going forward as a career coach. And so one of the things I've been hearing, especially now, because there are layoffs happening, organizations are strategically downsizing their workforces, which is really hard, really unfortunate. But what I'm hearing a lot from leaders is that, oh, I'm so anxious, I'm so upset, this is so hard for me. And quite frankly, leaders, if that's you and you have said that, you need to stop. Because the truth is, as much as it's hard for you for a few days or a few hours, or even if you lost a little sleep overnight, yes, that is hard. You're absolutely right. But the truth is, you're impacting someone else's life so intensely and so dramatically and for such a prolonged period of time that it just isn't about you. You are in leadership because the idea being you can handle it. You can handle that kind of stress. And yes, it's emotional and yes, it's impactful, but you're a big kid and that's why you're in that leadership role. So if you find yourself in the position where you have to terminate or lay off or, put someone on furlough and you're saying out loud, gee, this is really hard for me and I'm really upset, you really need to check yourself and you need to call on your empathy. How would I feel if someone was coming to me today and telling me I don't have a job anymore? And that's where you need to pause. And you need to stop thinking about how hard it is for you. And you really need to try and start thinking how incredibly difficult it might be for that person. That's where we truly dig into our empathy. That's where we truly start to lead in the moment. And in that space, we can tell someone they no longer have a job with respect and dignity. And we can let them leave their place of work, or in many circumstances, simply not return, with a shred of dignity and with their head held high. So I hope that today that helps you on a Manic Monday as a leader. If you're heading into a week where you've got to do something really impactful like that, have a bit more magic. Thanks, guys.